La Cage aux Folles is turning into one of those shows that'll play indefinitely for a couple of reasons. First of all, the audiences love it, and the roles attract top-notch performers. Two of them are with Peter right now.
Larry Kert and Harvey Evans are here, and I haven't talked to Larry in quite a while. It's been, you were down at the Coconut Grove Playhouse a year ago?
Year and a half ago,
Cole
Porter review.
And I've never talked to Harvey before, so we're gonna have to.
He doesn't have a lot to say.
Not true.
I'm finding out that's really not true, because these guys kibitz back and forth at each other pretty much the same way I guess you do in the show too.
Yeah. Well, you know that we were Harvey and I were in West Side Story together 30 years ago.
Yeah, and this is the first time you've worked together since?
Except for an industrial show here and there, but we have been best friends. I mean, talking on the phone all the time for 30 years. So it really helps with this show, this relationship.
Now, I read something about the show. I think it was written by a Dallas newspaper. They said that for this role you had to stretch. Larry, do you think that's
you be like this?
No, I mean you've done all kinds of roles. Do you think this is a stretch for you?
It's a stretch only in one sense, that it's probably the most mature role I've ever played. I'm always playing the aging juvenile. And this is a mature man. You know, that's why I grew the mustache. And it's more mature, but it's not a tremendous stretch. You know, and actors should be able to do anything.
I understand that Harvey was thinking about growing a mustache for his role, but
it wasn't.
Maybe we should explain that. In fact, why don't we look at the tape? Then we won't have to explain it. We have some tape upstairs of both of these gentlemen on stage, and I'm sure you'll recognize which one is which.
Whenever it's you, whenever it's you, whenever it's you, whenever it's you,
You guys look like you have a lot of fun with that.
We do.
I've never seen that before.
That's funny, we never saw that.
Now, just so everybody understands, most of the time you're in drag, right?
Half the time.
Half the time. Yeah. Okay. Is that a stretch for you?
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
Playing a man, playing a woman, yes.
Yeah.
The high heels are a stretch, the dresses are a stretch. Wearing eyelashes, you can only see this much of the audience. I had to get used to that. It was quite a stretch. It's a wonderful role, the hardest role I've ever had to do.
I'll bet it is. I mean, I've never tried anything like that. I don't know that I'd want to tackle it.
I think he's probably the best that I've seen play this role, too.
No kidding.
Yep.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
But a friend, but I mean...
But there's a way you can
caricature
it, and I don't want to do that, and we can go for cheap laughs, which we try not to do, and I try and make him a human being. And
one of the things that Julie said as she was introducing was that people love to do these roles. Do you agree with that? I mean, you guys, did you go pursue this? Say, I want to do this when it goes on the National Touring Company.
Well, one benefit was that I knew Larry. Larry was signed first, and they had to balance up someone that fit with him, and I really wanted it after I found out he was going to do it.
Mm-hmm. And he went in and auditioned and knocked them out.
I wasn't sure whether I wanted it or not, but when they audition you in New York, they do a very smart thing. They make you up, put a wig on you, put you in a dress, put you in the heels to see what. And when that happened, I went, this is kind of terrific. I think I want this role, and it made me go after it, really.
That's interesting.
A whole other
the way that happens is always a real mystery to most people outside the business. How you get that chemistry and finally get from a bunch of people standing in line waiting to see who's going to get it to the 2 or 3 people that really make a show go like this. Of course, there are a lot of people in the show. How big is
about 25. It's a sensational company, and some of them are from the national, you know, but it's a brand new production. We are our own company within ourselves.
Are people going to notice a change? I know La Cage has been here before, and a lot of people have seen it. Are they going to notice a difference in the style at all, or is it pretty much the same show?
I think so.
There's corny, but there's a lot more love involved with our company.
It's a lot of people said that we go back to the more French farcical from the movie. Mm-hmm. This is closer to the movie, our relationship anyway, you know, Harvey and I, because we are such good friends, and there's nothing he can do on stage that would upset me or vice versa.
You've heard that on television.
Well, you've
we
both
play off each other real well.
You've both done a Jerry Herman score before, right?
Yes. I did Dolly. Yeah, I did.
He did Hello Dolly
with Carol Channing.
I have not. This is my first Jerry Herman musical.
What do you think?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I have been identified with Stephen Sondheim for many, many years.
Oh, sure.
And to be able to, Stephen is very cerebral. Jerry is very, the songs are about as easy to sing as any song I've ever sung. And it's nice to sit there and have an audience singing along with you. I mean, they just automatically
The people
sing
know
the
the
song.
music now, and they just
it's
pick
just
up
a wonderful piece of entertainment, this show.
And it's
Incredible.
directed well. The sets and costumes are great.
What you said is interesting to me, that the people sing along. I know in a lot of shows, you don't want the audience to sing along, but this one...
We want that fourth wall broken in this show. We love audience reaction, audience
Toward the end,
participation. Well, not in this tender scenes, but I mean, he talks to the audience a lot. I talk to the audience as the nightclub owner. I make direct contact with him. He does all the time.
When you make that direct contact, are you down close enough where you can actually look out there?
I could see, if the spotlight is not too bright, I can actually see faces.
That's fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming in.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Harvey and Larry, it's good to see you again. And
Thank you, Peter.
I'm sure you guys will be back here one of these days.
I
mean,
hope so. I love it here.
Lacage really blew everybody away in Dallas and Atlanta, and now
Yes.
the other places we won't talk about. But anyway,
Well, we split weeks when nobody
Yeah.
talks about.
yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion you might be back in a while.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.